are warning the bloc's energy crisis might not just lead to soaring heating bills, but could make food more expensive too. The sky-high cost of natural gas is ramping up the cost of fertilizers, which is set to impact European farmers, and those costs could hit supermarket shelves.
Supplies of ammonium nitrate are vital for production at this farm in southern Belgium. Ernaud Etienne relies on artificial fertilizers for his annual crop of wheat, barley and rapeseed. But natural gas price rises are ramping up costs, and this farm is already worried about securing enough supplies for the spring.
This is ammonium nitrogen fertilizer. It cost 1 year ago 180 euros a ton, and this year I'm going to pay it 630 euros a ton.
Is the reasons for this is a cold winter and a relatively windless summer. I mean, we have, warm windless summers and cold winters each year, but if we look at the third point they're saying it's an increased demand from Asia, especially China. So China here, of course, is buying up all the gas for themselves with their thriving economy because they manufacture everything for every country everywhere, leaving us, the whole West and everywhere else, having to rely on China now and be in debt to China is what we are. While gas prices are going up like this, look at this graph, it's crazy. It's like, how much has this gone up? Times 5, times 6, 600% or something. And it's just going to keep going up and up and up as China buys it all for themselves and starves every other country. Because remember, what China is the blueprint for the one world government, the new world order. They're literally the blueprint. Okay, with their tracking systems, facial recognition cameras all over the place, their social credit scores. This is where it's going to come out of. We'll all look at China now to save the day because the whole world is collapsing and we're all going to have to submit to China, listen to China, and then China will help us have food. China is buying billions in US farmland and lawmakers are scrambling to try to stop them. US lawmakers are acting with increased concern as Chinese purchasers are buying tens of thousands of acres of US farmland. As of the start of 2020, Chinese investors owned about 192,000 acres of US agricultural land valued at about 1.9 billion, according to Politico. While Chinese land ownership in the US is less than that of other foreign nations, the growth in Chinese land ownership is part of an overall trend in China rapidly buying up other countries' farmland over more than a decade. What is happening? You gotta just figure it out. Okay? This is a long drawn out plan, and now it's coming into effect, and we are seeing the effects of it here. This is the beast system. That's what it is. They're not after your money, okay? They're after your soul, okay? They have all the money. They have all the kingdoms. They're already at the top, sat right below Satan in his hierarchy, right under their all-seeing eye, right there. That's their position, okay? Now they're orchestrating this against God's children because they want to starve you to death. So much so that you run to the beast and say, okay, I'll submit to you, okay? I'll be a child of the devil and sin against God so that I can eat some food. Here, buy my soul. That's what they want. So now they're playing these tactics now where they're going to starve you. Submit to Satan or starve. Take the mark or starve. And you can see it all coming into effect now. It's all coming into effect. You know what makes you submit to somebody? Fear. It's fear that makes you submit to somebody. You're not going to go and walk into a store right now and pick up a bunch of items, a bunch of laptops and TVs and just walk out without paying. Why? Because you're going to get arrested and you're going to go to jail. And you're afraid of that, right? So then let's look at this whole thing, okay? When you look at God and Satan. Who's going to be your master? Who are you going to choose to be your master? A servant can't have two masters. So which one do you fear? Satan and his games or God? Okay, look at the games. It's pathetic. Okay? It's pathetic.
To transport Uyghurs who travelled to other parts of China back to Xinjiang, and that the conditions they endured were grim.
During the train transportation, we don't give them food. They're only allowed bottle caps to drink water, to moisten their lips. To keep order, don't let them go to the toilet. They reach their destinations in 2 days. They reach Xinjiang.
And once held in the re-education camps, even worse was waiting, he claims.
In cases related to politics, jeopardizing the regime, cases involving overthrowing the regime, you're allowed to beat people. It's okay to make them turn in other people's names. You use various methods to put pressure. 2 people use sticks to weigh down their legs, tie him up and trample his arm, shackle their hands, pour cold water, put a water pipe into his mouth and tie him up. And other unique favourite methods? There are numerous forms. If accidents occur, it's normal that some people die. That's just how you get used to saying it. Please don't blame me.
It's your choice. It's entirely your choice. You either obey God or Satan. Choose wisely.